Hello everyone, thanks for watching today. So I want you to touch your nose if you've ever read an entire paragraph, an entire passage, or even an entire page of a text only to realize that you have absolutely no clue about what you have just read. It actually happens a lot to all of us. We need to stop wasting time with mindless reading and start being more effective readers. One way to do that is to read closely. There's so much talk about close reading in the classroom these days, and so much confusion about what it really means. I can tell you that teachers are not asking you to lift a book more closely to your face. I can also tell you that we are trying to avoid the pass and pray strategy, where we pass out the books and just pray for the best. Reading is no longer meant to be a private affair, but punctuated with think-alouds, collaboration, and discussion. Close reading is an instructional practice, a strategy that teachers can use on many occasions that will make complex texts more accessible to their students by reading a piece more than once and slowing it down in order to build a path that guides students through the text. These interactions are usually organized around three key questions. What does the text say? How does the text work? And what does the text mean? During a close reading, you might hear a teacher read a piece for a second time. Listen to her intonation, phrasing, and pronunciation in order to make more meaning while you are reading. Consider when she stops and notes something special or interesting about the text. If you are offered an opportunity to further clarify your understanding of the text with a peer, one of the students in the class, listen to your peer's viewpoints and insights. Do they have any blind spots or any biases? I will be asking you this year to read with a pencil. This is one of the most important steps in becoming an effective and strong reader. It's important to interact with the text as you read, as you naturally have ideas, feelings, questions, and make mental connections to other things in your world based on the little bit of text you read. You just need to pause and jot down those thoughts. The process of writing with a pencil is called annotation. Basically, it's a way to interrogate or unearth a text. When you read carefully, you will have questions, reactions, and predictions about the literal and deeper meaning of the work. The purpose of the annotation is to record your thoughts as you have them. Taking notes is not the same thing, because when the notes are separate from the text, there's no correlation between what you're thinking and where you were thinking it. Your annotation will involve writing notes in the margins or in between lines. Merely underlining or highlighting notes does not provide any evidence of thought. Summarizing what you read is sometimes useful, but it isn't a substitute for your own thoughts. Feel free to use abbreviations, color coding, symbols, or whatever to personalize your annotations. Don't feel like you have to answer all of your questions every time you read closely. Sometimes students find it helpful to use text codes along with their annotations. Text codes, like the ones pictured here, will help you focus on what might be important with the text. But don't forget, a text code should always be accompanied with annotations. I always find it helpful to start off with the right tools. If you don't have your own copy of the text, you can always add post-its for a temporary annotation station. Here are some steps to annotate. First, you always want to preview the text. Look ahead, read headlines, the subheadlines, and then select the portion of the text you will be annotating, unless your teacher has already done that for you. Use the text coding guide and make sure that you add annotations along with that. Be sure that you're doing more than just placing a text code. For example, if you add a question mark next to a piece of text that raises a question, explain why this part of the text made you question it. Write down any connections or inferences you can make in the margin. Or if you circle a powerful word, write and explain why these words or phrases are powerful. Here's some helpful hints to finish us off. Only mark in the material that belongs to you. Read with a pencil in your hand. Be consistent with your text codes. Always include annotations with your text codes. Define unknown words. And at some point, try to go back and answer some of those unanswered questions. Here is a great example. One of my favorite tools in a writer's tool belt is the use of three. So look at that powerful use of three. And I love how this author, the person that is doing the close reading here, is using color coding along with just the text coding and the annotations. Well, thanks for watching. Get ready to read a little bit more closely this week, and I will see you tomorrow.